60% over 3 years. 60% of the 700,000 people who exit prison today are scheduled to go back within 3 years. No other industry would continue to operate with that sort of failure rate. But I think it goes a lot further. And so in my bio, it talks about the fact that I did 6 years in prison. And that is part of what motivates me, but not so much my experience doing time in prison, but the amazing amount of talented young men and women that I had the chance to engage while I was incarcerated, and the huge amount of potential lost within our criminal justice system. And then also my day-to-day work at the Fortune Society in New York with 3,000 people per year who've been involved in the criminal justice system, who are exiting and trying to get their lives back together. So we have a 700% increase in incarceration in the United States over the last 4 decades. Today we have 2.3 million people in prison, 7 million people under criminal justice supervision, 700,000 scheduled to come home this year. And if you look at those numbers, as staggering as those numbers are, and folks know we got here by criminalizing behavior, right? Some of the behavior that wasn't considered criminal behavior just a few years ago is now criminalized because we've decided to make our criminal justice system the repository for our other failed policies. It's a lot easier to create a penal code than it is to solve difficult domestic policy issues, and that's the direction we've gone in as a country. So when you think of folks with mental health issues, folks who don't have jobs, all those folks end up in the criminal justice system, folks who are the product of our failed educational policies. And yet, when I did time in prison, for instance, things like college, which we know worked, reduced recidivism considerably, was taken away by Congress through the Violent Crime Control Act of 1994.